So far we have seen that how to create this table, how to move it up, okay, using those points. I'm just repeating it again for revision, okay. You can see the keys that I'm pressing here. So I have to move this 3D cursor first here. To move it, Shift S, cursor to selected, okay. Setting origin to the cursor, I'm coming back to the object mode. From here, object set origin to 3D cursor, okay. Now I'm moving my 3D cursor back to the world origin and I'm moving my object to where my cursor is, okay. Done. Now we'll be moving forward. We already have a plane, we have a table. We have to put few stuffs on top of this table now, okay. For that, we'll be taking another shape, okay, Shift A for mesh selection, and we'll be selecting cylinder. Okay. So by default, when you add something, you have seen that there was some option that suddenly disappeared. The reason being is once you press some other key, those keys that appear in the starting disappears, okay. So let's hide these things first. From here, you can hide in your viewport. If you hide from here, it will be hidden from your render view, okay. Let's show you first. So this is my render camera, okay. I've set this in position. Plane is still visible here, okay. First show you the render. The render image is something like this, okay. We'll be fixing that bottom also because the modifier have been applied here. That's why it was showing like that. Now the table is showing something like this. The plane is there, but if you press here on the plane and you hide in the render and then you try to render it out, there won't be any plane, okay. So you have to remember that everything is enabled from here. If you want to hide something to work for certain other objects, you can, okay. Also, I'll be hiding your cube because I have to add something in the screen. That is your cylinder, okay. For the cylinder, at first whatever shape you're adding, you'll be getting this default settings. So 32 sides or vertices is allowed for creating a low poly model. So we'll be changing it to something as much as we required. So 12 for now, okay. And the radius and the size decision can be done from here initially. After that, you can do it manually also. And gone is basically the filling of your circular area, okay. You can keep it by default. You can delete it later on if you are trying to create something else, okay. And you can change the location rotation depending on need in the x-axis, in the y-axis, in the z-axis. Once you do it, okay, if you press any other keys, that will just make its work done and that option will be also deleted. So again, I'll be trying to enter the same things, okay. And by default, the setting that we have changed, let's say 12 vertices, is now your default value, okay. So once we are till here, we have this cylinder. We'll be moving it up to your table, okay. The other way that I have just said that you can move it up by snapping, enabling it by clicking your snap and selecting face or whatever position you want to snap your object onto. Pressing G is snapping in the bottom because the object was in the bottom earlier. So either we can turn it off and we can move it up by Z, and then we can try to use your snap, okay. Now it will be snapped onto the table by pressing the wave like button before your 1 key or under your escape key, okay. You'll be seeing these options appear. From here you can change your viewport from left side, from front, from top view, back, right, bottom, your camera view directly to your selected view, okay. So camera have been locked, that's why it's not exiting, but if I turn it off from here and then I select it to view selected, then it will come out of the camera, okay. So now that we have this object into our focus, I want to create something like a flower pot, okay. To create it, you'll be going into the edit mode by pressing tab. Now you have to add few divisions to change its dimension. Okay, so we'll be adding few dimension or divisions to allow it to be created. Right now my snap is still enabled, that's why it's snapping onto the bottom. Let's go back by pressing Ctrl Z, disabling it, and now adding that division. So one division we need for base shape to be changed. Okay, one we need for the neck part of your flower pot. Okay, and one division we need if you're trying to create some kind of curve. Okay, for this you can either select with Alt, whole loop will be selected, or for those it's not working, they can try to double click. Okay, then the loop will be selected and you simply press S. I want to change the shape not in the Z axis, so I can also bound Z direction. Okay, and I can just move it to something like this. Now I want to do the same thing for this one. Alt click, okay, S, and for creating this shape much more smoother, okay, pressing Alt this. Now the bevel can be worked. Okay, bevel is not only there to create a foundations on the boundary. Okay, it can be used to create something like this, the curvature. Okay, so the kind of shape you need as per divisions you can increase or decrease. So I guess it can work fine for me right now. Now that I'm till here, I have to delete this face. I'll be going in the face selection mode by pressing 3, selecting the face, pressing X for delete menu and deleting face. Okay, it's now created this way. Now there are a few things I want to add, like creating it as a smooth surface, not showing these divisions, and creating its thickness. Okay, for that menu you can either just try right click and try to shade smooth it, but it will be showing as a shadowy area. Those are creating issue for your normals. So don't directly do your shade smooth. We are going back to shade flat. Okay, we'll be seeing this. Now comes your crucial part, that is your modifiers. In this panel, that is your properties. Okay, sometimes it can happen that you by mistake click something else. You can again just come here and click on the properties menu. While your object is selected, you have to come here, okay, on the wrench type of logo, and you click add modifiers. From here, your first modifier is subdivision surface. What it does, it add divisions, okay, but it's not actually on the model. So if you go in the edit mode, you can still see the boundary. It's not actually happening, it's just for your eyes. Okay, so Blender have this option. Instead of changing permanently those things, you can change it into a certain settings, and once you are done, let's say I want to render it at 2 division values. Okay, 2 means every faces will be divided into 4 parts, okay, or 8. 1 means is dividing into 4 part and 2 means it's dividing into 4. Okay, so if I do the same for my viewport, means the thing I'm seeing right now, you can notice that it's getting much more smoother. Okay, but it will also put more load on your system. So if I try to increase, maybe it will crash if I increase it more than 3 or 4. Okay, because there are a lot of divisions for this small object. So we just keep it till 2 maximum here, and you can increase it in the render menu. So when you're rendering, it will be high quality. Now the shape is showing right now. If I do shade smooth, it won't be causing that much issue, but again there is no thickness. Okay, so you want to add thickness, so I'll be going back again to the shade flat, and I'll be adding one more menu, that is your solidify. Okay, so what it does, it gives a thickness to any object. Okay, so you can see here, if I increase the thickness, it's increasing. Okay, and the offset is how much value difference it will create. So don't increase it too much or it will be trying to change your shape of the model. Even thickness works on the curve value, so you're not able to see it right now, but the inner, let's say, surface is much more thinner if I just disable it. Okay, if I enable it, try to maintain same number of gap for whole object. Okay, fill in not fill is basically this boundary area. Okay, the connection between two surfaces, it should be close or not. and for only rim, so it will be only shown on the rim, not thickened from the inside. Okay, so we have to disable this. We also want to make it fill. Now whatever you're seeing here, whatever comes first, okay, that is applied on the object first. So here the subdivision was applied before. If I just drag it after your, let's put it first so you can read its full name. So if I drag subdivision below your solidify, you will see that those are not thick corners. Why? Because first it thickens, okay, and then the divisions is trying to create a smooth corners. Okay, it's pulling those corners away, the same as was happening with your cube. So to fix it, you again have to put it first. Okay, and now you're noticing one more thing, that it's still seeing as smooth surface. Okay, you can press the smooth option, but it's not maintaining the first shape. If you disable it from your viewport, you will see that your object was initially something like this, so it's not maintaining its shape. If you also wanted to maintain its shape while you're applying these two things, there's a third modifier that is called bevel. Bevel is same as you see in the edit mode here, okay, but it's applying on the selected area, but the bevel here is applying on whole object. Okay, so the modifier have been applied on whole object. Now it's in the end part, so whatever happened already, it cannot change those things. But if we drag it up, okay, and we come out onto these options, okay, and enable it, the difference you can see is while it was below it, okay, and while it's above it. So it's trying to maintain its initial positions, but the divisions that is holding onto those edges are 1. At least you need 2 divisions to hold on to any edge. Okay, so you increase the division to 2, and you're seeing that it's trying to maintain the initial shape more. One more thing, the amount it's holding on is here, so you can increase or decrease it to see the changes, the sharper corners or much more smoother corners. Okay, so I have to manually decide it yourself. By default, it's happening on every edges that is more than 30 degree. If you don't want it to happen on something below, let's say 90 degree, you can write it here 90. So bevel won't be applied to any corners or any edges that is below 90 degree. Okay, so by default it's not 30. So every shape that is falling above that value, the bevel have been applied. Okay, so you can try to play this options. What's the difference if I just change bevel, subdivision, and these values? Okay, so first solidify happened, it become thickened. Bevel created those edge corners loops, so your subdivision cannot pull them too much, and then your subdivision is applied on this model. That's why it's type of smooth. Okay,